Hello, today I am going to be drawing and talking again, which I don't think I've done for a while. Also, if you can hear my sister, she won't shut up, so just ignore that. I'm basically just drawing because I want something to do while I'm talking, rather than just literally sat. I'm basically just drawing because I want to be doing something rather than just talking, and also because I want to make a bit of progress on this drawing because it's taking forever. I'm going to cover up part of it because it's not done and it looks bad, but this is what I'm drawing. If you can't tell, it's Josh Dunn. Yes, I basically just draw Josh Dunn. I just find his face quite easy to draw, and I like drawing him, so that's that. I was looking back at some of my old videos the other day, which is something I do to motivate myself usually. Like, I'll look back on them and I'll see what was bad about them and what I've improved since I filmed them. And I realised that I actually prefer my old videos, and by old I mean like July, not like last year. And I was trying to figure out why, and I think it's because they were sort of like casual, but they were still organised. Like, I knew what I was doing and they had a slight plan, whereas my videos now, I sort of just get to like 2 days before I want to upload and then realise that I don't have anything to upload and I don't know what to film, and then I just whack something together. So I am making an effort to try and be a bit more organised again. Usually I'm like an organisation freak. I have to have everything planned. Not necessarily like neat and tidy sort of organisation freak, but everything has to be planned perfectly in terms of like when things are happening and stuff like that. So I've put together like a sort of schedule for the videos I want to do until like Christmas. I don't have to stick to it because if I say that, then I won't stick to it. But at least I've got an idea for each week, even if I don't do that idea. And I'm actually so excited for making autumn videos. I'm excited for everything autumn. I feel like I've talked about this a lot. I have quite a few autumn videos planned. I have some for Halloween, and then I'm actually doing loads in autumn. Like, it always gets to October, and between sort of like mid-October and the end of December is just when loads of stuff happens for me. Like, the rest of the year is pretty quiet, and then that happens and it's just like everything in a very good way because it's all good stuff. So obviously there's Halloween, which is coming up, which everyone is talking about unless you're in like Russia or somewhere and you don't celebrate it, in which case I feel sorry for you because it's the best. So I'm planning on doing some Halloween makeup type things. I'm not a makeup channel, but I made one last year, and even though it was really bad, I really enjoyed it. And you might have been seeing, if you follow me on Instagram, that I've been practicing some stuff for Halloween with more sort of SFX type things, like cuts and stuff like that, and it's really fun. I love it, so I might do something like that. If I end up doing that, I have loads of ideas for stuff I want to do. I'm actually going away with some friends this Halloween, but we're going to this, like, I don't know how to describe it, but basically it's sort of like a resort, I suppose. If you live in England, it's like centre parks, but on a much smaller scale with much smaller houses, I think. I've never been before, but there's like Halloween parties and it's gonna be great. Quite funny because there's like, I think there's 27 of us going, and we've booked a meal in one of the restaurants on one of the nights, so we've just had to book a table for 27 and hope that they give us something decent. Probably gonna be like, you know, in like films where it's set in medieval times or whatever, and they've got the really long table with a king at one end and a queen at the other end, and then it's just the entire room taken up by this long table. It's probably gonna be something like that. So I've got a costume for when I go there. My costume, like with the clothes, is sort of, I don't know what the word is. Like, I can use it for loads of different costumes. It's just a black dress with like some netting and stuff. So it could be basically anything. I'm going to at least one Halloween party, and it'll be up to 3, I think. And if I end up doing all 3, then I have different makeup every night because I've got so many ideas. I just love Halloween though. I feel like everyone on the internet pretty much loves Halloween, but it's honestly one of my favourite times of the year. October to December is my favourite time of the year. Honestly, even having school time off in August just doesn't make up for the fact that I really don't like summer. I hate being hot and sweaty and not being able to like curl up in my duvet and stuff. Like, my light's been broken for probably like a week now, which means that after like 6 PM it's dark because it's October, and I've had to put on all of the plug-in lights, like those, and everything in my room, and just have that as my lighting, and honestly, I'm not complaining. I'm pretty sure my friends at school are probably a bit fed up with me loving autumn because I'll just like freak out every time something reminds me that it's October. Like, I walk down the pavement and there's some leaves and they're really crunchy and like red, and I'll just freak out because I'm like, it's October, how? This isn't working. great. Gonna rub out this entire section that I've just done because it looks so bad. What was I saying about? There's some other videos which I'm hoping to film at some point this autumn. I want to do a lookbook, and I want to do, I actually know what else I want to do. I can't even remember what all the videos I came up with were now. But I want to film some stuff like that. The problem with things like lookbooks is unless you want to change outfit like every 5 seconds and like, dedicate an entire day to filming it, you sort of have to film it over a long amount of time, so you have to be planning it and just filming it for weeks before you actually upload it. I've just been wondering why these colours aren't working, and I realised it's because I'm using the wrong pencil for my base colour. That's clever. There's something else I wanted to talk about, and I can't remember what it was. I think I want to make a video at the end of the year about my music favourites for this year, because this year has been an amazing year for music. Charts music, maybe not so much, but in terms of like, if you look at the album releases that I've actually been listening to, it's been amazing. You'll probably be able to guess all of the things that will be in that video like already, because I've just rambled on about them so much. Like Broken Machine, Nothing But Thieves, I haven't stopped talking about it, and You by Dodie, and oh, someone I have discovered since I last talked about music actually is Billie Eilish. Why did no one tell me she existed? She's so cool, I love her. And like Declan McKenna, I'm not sure when Conan Gray's releasing his EP, but that'll probably be on there. Halsey, obviously Hopeless Fantasy Kingdom, and the Mania singles from Fall Out Boy. And I am pretty sure, okay, I need to talk about this actually. I am pretty sure, how do I put this? Some of you know that I like 21 Pilots, and they are the most cryptic band, I swear to God, other than the 1975. And they've been doing some stuff, and people have been making theories about when the album's going to release and all that stuff, which loads of bands do, I know. But I am fairly sure it's coming out on either the 17th or 11th of November. I can't remember which one. I think it was the 17th. No, it was the 11th. Something like that, I can't remember the exact date. Because someone found this thing on a New York subway. It wasn't me, but someone saw it, and it was like a billboard, and not a billboard, like a, yeah, a billboard, but like a small one on a subway. It was just black, and it had silence written backwards in the same font that they've been using for all of their silence things that they've set as their social medias. And then it had the date, 11th of November 2017, or whatever date it was underneath it. So I think the album is going to come out at some point around then. Either that or like a single's going to drop from the album, or something to do with the album is going to happen. And I'm so excited for that, because I started listening to them just after Blurryface came out. I just missed the Blurryface release. First song I listened to was from Blurryface, it was Heavy Day Soul. I love that old music because of like the lyrics and how much it means to people and me and everything like that. But in terms of like what I listen to the most, it would definitely be either Blurryface or Top XMM, which is their collaboration with Mute Math, which is their most recent thing. If the new album is like Top XMM, which it obviously won't be much like it because it was with Mute Math, and the new album probably isn't going to be with Mute Math. Mute Math are a good band, by the way, but if it sounds anything like that, it's going to be so good. I feel like it's going to be really different how a lot of people are expecting, and people are going to be really mad about it. I honestly don't think there's any way I could hate it, but I feel like it might be a bit more sort of electronic, or not poppy, but like more put together, if you get what I mean. But I feel like it's going to be so good, and I feel like there's going to be loads of people who like it who don't like all their other stuff, because I feel like they're going to change loads. Obviously that's just my predictions, they might not, but I feel like they are going to change loads about it. I feel like the lyrics are still going to be like kind of deep, but I do think they're going to change a lot about the way their music sounds and stuff like that. And then obviously I'm quite excited for any more of the Mania singles which are coming out, which if Pete Wentz's Twitter is anything to go by, will be pretty soon. Okay, I'm going to stop now because I'm about to start drawing his tattoo sleeve thing, and that's just going to take ages and I'll end up filming for too long. But basically what I've done in this video is just finish the bit that I thought looked bad, and I still think it looks bad. But if you want to go to my Instagram, you'll probably see this at some point when I've finished it. It's taking forever, so probably not for a while, but yeah. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm just tidying my pencils away. We're going to do an outro. Great. And I hope you enjoy my next few videos, which will hopefully be decent. And I will see you next time, which I think is going to be a collab, so look forward to that. It might not be, but I think it's going to be. Bye!